Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers, where the space station, codenamed the Scarab, is now complete. It is in a stage where I can upload it to the workshop, but before I do that, I'm actually going to show you around what I've done with the place since last episode. So first of all, you can see this kind of trim here. It's basically to help define where the edge is. Instead of it being completely flat, it's kind of gone inwards a bit, and that goes all the way across. And you can also see the second thing that I've done is I've added this top section to all of the limbs of the shipyard, which looks kind of cool. Yeah, that was fun to build because I had to repeat that pattern about 12 times. You can see that the interior of the shipyard is not, you know, furbished or anything because, well, you're not going to see it that much unless, you know, you're below the space station, which would be when you're approaching, but other than that, that's good. All of the teleporters are now linked to their teleporter companions, so this teleporter will link to the one down to the hub, and then that hub one will link to this one. That's kind of what's happened. And also I've done everything in the bridge, so the bridge now has all of its command consoles working. This is a really bad demonstration because there's just a massive thing of the moon behind me. Right, let's get the TPD bridge. So this the bridge in is set to teleport me to the bridge, basically because it's the only way I get there. So I just need to initiate the teleport, and then that will teleport me, and that will be all fine. I'm going to turn on the HUD because that's kind of needed. Everywhere has oxygen. The flight deck doesn't, but that's for a reason, because the flight deck shouldn't have oxygen in the first place. Yeah. And so here, this command console here does not have any actions assigned to the buttons. It's just so that I can access the ship from here, and it looks kind of cool. Over here we've got control consoles for the hangars. Currently they open and close the door. Later, well, if I come back to the space station and do some more stuff with it, I'll add adding the depressurization of hangars as well, so you do that before doing the open close door. And then these control panels here, one of them, well, both of them are for the flight deck. One is port, one is starboard, and they will do the indoor and outdoor toggling on and off of the launch tubes, and they will also open and close the flight deck main door. The flight deck side doors, which are on the sides, which is basically the way that you enter. The one that opens from the front, actually, I'm going to do that. So before I do this, go into here. This is going to be main console because it's mine. And in button 1, we're going to get, if I can find it, flight deck main door. And then we're going to toggle it open closed. Actually no, we're going to toggle it open, and then we're going to toggle it closed just in case. So now I can close that from here. So if I go get a spectator camera, so F8 should work. Yep, there we go. So we've got a spectator. I need to increase the speed just a bit. So if I get into position, yeah. And then I go back to my main character, so I should be able to easily change between the two. That's good. So I can hit this, and that won't do anything because that's the open button. And then I can hit the other one, and that will should start closing. Unless I've set them both to the same thing. Closed, open. Okay. Are you not wanting to work for some reason? Right, give me a second. That is a bit of a problem. That's because you're off. Right, turn you on. That should work. Right. Activate. Okay, well, at least I can do some debugging then. Right, closed. Of course, because it's closed on to... It's open, right, yes, that makes sense. So let's go back, let's start opening it again, and you can see it is opening. Magically. Good thing I have a spectator, otherwise this will be very hard to catch on screen. So the next... then, you know, we can close it as well, and that should all be good. Nicely done there. Right, so now that that happens, the only two things that I'm really annoyed about are the antennas, but I don't really care because the antennas aren't necessary. The back is a bit lackluster. I could improve that if I come back to the space station, but more than likely I'll build another one using all the knowledge that I've learned from building this one. Where I'm not going to build a station, I'm going to build a massive mothership instead. Because a station, while all good, it's better if you have a moving ship. Because if you're under attack, then you can just jump away. So, in the deal with the workshop, I'm just going to fly around because I enjoy that. In the workshop save, you will have the Scarab, which is the name of the space station. You'll also have the Surveyor Mark III, which is this one, which has mining lasers. You'll also have the mod collection. You'll have the welders, the grinder, the small projector ship, and that should be it, really. Yeah, because we won't use the regular Prospector Mark II or Prospector Mark I because you have a Surveyor Mark III. Those are the names for it, by the way. Yeah. And so basically, to use these launch things... Oh yeah, I forgot that. Right, so I'll also be adding the ability for these consoles to turn on and off the gravity, which would be a better use of space, would you think? Yeah, I'll do that. Move, open, closed, and I need the... So that's starboard, this is also starboard, so that's going to be an on-off. Okay, and then I need to do the same with the other one. That was a good catch, because otherwise, you know, I'd release the bridge with not as good abilities as it should have. Set up actions, get rid of this one, turn this to open, closed, and then I need the gravity port on-off. There. Okay, so now the bridge is now fully active. Right, let's go back to spectator because that's fun. Yeah. Workshop comes with the Scarab. Not painted yet because I have not had time to do a paint job, and I'm not that artsy when it comes to painting. Because usually it's just crimson red as primary, and then secondary is like bright yellow. That's it. That's kind of all the detailing I will do with that, and it's usually just stripes. Yeah. So go to the workshop. Link is in the description below, and then you can either paste this in, or you can attempt to build it yourself. Be warned, it will use quite a lot of resources. You'll need the mod pack that I use in order to build this thing, because of the amount of modded items. You know, the force-field doors, the force-field doors. These airlock things are also modded. They're airlock conveyors that take up one single block. The doors here, the airlock doors, if I slow down a bit, those airlocks, and this tube also modded. The nanite factory is also modded. A lot of it's modded basically. And also if we go into here and up here, this entire factory is modded. These assemblers modded. The reactors, which I have enough of for some reason, also modded, and these refineries are modded. These aren't. You can't. You don't need to mod cargo containers. Also, you need it for the teleporters, and you also need it for the for several other things. So yeah, get the mod pack. Right, I'm going to fly out, and I'm going to take a screenshot for the workshop. So, now that the space station is complete, the question is, what now? I'll leave you pondering for a week, or two maybe, depending on how things are going. But There is also the Space Engineers Hardcore series, which is going on as well, which you might want to watch whilst I find a new Space Engineers series to do in this save. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.